What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Complete My Collection, a series dedicated to finding the Funko Pop Grail pieces that I've needed a while now in my collection, but I am starting with a $0 budget. We're already on episode 4, so I recommend guys going and checking out episode 3, 2, and 1. If you haven't seen any of them, definitely check them out. But if you have, let me bring you up to speed. So to give you an update, I bought a couple of things and sold a couple of things, so I'm gonna do it in the order that they happen. I bought a pretty cool piece that I've been looking for a while now, guys, over on ChaliceCollectibles.com, and I ended up getting it for $33.47. I'm still waiting for it to be sent to me, but I did buy something. Next up, guys, in my last auction, I ended up selling a handful of different things. Some of these being some leftover out-of-box bundles, guys, from that big one that I bought in episode 1. And then 2 things that I bought from the last episode, guys, Steven Universe bundle and also the Belcher family. So all those ended up selling for a total of $94.12, which brings me a balance of $335.05. Next up, I had somebody reach out to me over on Instagram and they said, hey, I have 2 of the pieces that you are looking for. And he gave me an insane deal. So it's 2 pops, guys, for $200 shipped. Have not gotten them in the mail quite yet, but that does leave me with a balance of $135.05 currently. From the last episode, I ended up buying a couple things over on Whatnot, and one of them is here in the mail. It's an original cereal piece, guys, that I've been wanting in my collection for a while, guys, and this came out 2011. This is the original Count Chocula. I ended up getting a fantastic deal on this, guys, and the condition is really good. I ended up getting this for 80 bucks. Like I said, this was over on Whatnot. I ended up getting it from Killer Whale Toys in an auction. Thank you so much for the deal. I appreciate it. Correction, it was actually $85. Excuse me, I made a little bit of a mistake there, but he included some really cool like trading cards. There's these art cards. I've never seen these before. These are pretty rad. But anyways, guys, we can knock a pop off the list that I'm looking for. And I've also got a little shelf where I'm kind of putting all of those different pops together. So let me get you a little bit of a clip of that. So here is where I'm keeping those pops, guys, that I've already gotten through this series. Nothing too crazy. I'm waiting on, I think, 3, I believe. So we're gonna have a good amount. You can kind of see the progress of how everything's going. I have some shelves above as well that really don't have any rhyme or reason, but they'll eventually get filled up with those pops. So yeah, there's a little bit of an update for you. Alrighty, guys, now that we have the updated list, guys, I've added actually a few new things here and there because we've completed some things, taken some things off. But now let me take you on my adventures throughout the week to random stores, my finds on Facebook Marketplace. I found some pretty cool stuff, so enjoy the footage, and without any further ado, let's get started. Here we go. Okay, I want to start things off, guys, by going to a couple of different thrift stores, see if we can find some good deals and some good finds. So I'm going to Savers and also Deseret Industries. Mainly what I find at these stores are out-of-box pops, but you never know. Sometimes you can find in-box stuff as well. So I'm prepared to be surprised. Let's hopefully find something good. So prepare for a lot of voiceovers, guys, in this video, but starting at Savers, going over to their collectible section, I wasn't finding any Funko Pops quite yet. This is the more valuable spot. They did have a couple of things right down here, guys, in their other collectible section, some Tom Nook amiibos. These sell for about like $10 to $11 online. They wanted $3.50 for them. I don't dabble in amiibos very much or know the utility of them now, but you'll have to let me know if I passed up something good right there. Kind of an interesting thing, guys, that I wanted to show off, something collectible related. But looking in their loose figure section, guys, I did find one pop of Todoroki right here. With a box, this goes for around $8 and they're asking $6.49 for it loose. So decided to pass on that, but hey, it's a Funko Pop nonetheless. So anyways, I went back another day, guys, over to Savers, and they had a pop over on their collectible shelf. This, they were asking $8 for, and it goes for about like $3 to $4 on eBay. So I decided to pass on that. And they'd actually only had a couple more of these amiibos left. So they were actually selling, guys. A couple of people were picking these up, so I figured I'd show it off again. A Mickey Mouse pop pin. I couldn't find any sold like comps on this one, so I'm not going to show it on the screen, but $6 doesn't seem too bad for this. I think retail is about like $12, so decided to pass on it though, but still a fun piece of Funko stuff. We have Carl right here from Doctor Strange, and this doesn't sell for much in a box, so I decided to pass on it. And also Cubone, it's about, you know, goes for about $10 to $11 in a box. They wanted $4.49 for it, so, but I decided to pass on it. It wasn't anything too crazy. We have 22 from the movie Soul. And not a bad one, but for $249, that's actually pretty good for out of box at the thrift store. And then we also have a She-Hulk glow in the dark as well, guys. Decided to pass on this one, but it might have been probably the best thing that I found out of box wise, at least for that trip to the thrift. Went to another Savers location, guys, on a different day. And I found this Archie Andrews pop right here, which I thought was an interesting one, guys. They wanted $7.99 for it. It goes for about $15, so maybe this would have been a decent pickup. I don't know. I decided to pass on it though. Maybe I shouldn't have, but over in their loose figure section, they didn't have any out of box pops, unfortunately, but figured I would at least show it off to you. And then I decided to go to Deseret Industries, and this is where it gets interesting. I found some pretty weird things. They did have a couple of normal pops right here. I say normal for right now. Blue Fairy, Will the Wise from Stranger Things weren't really worth picking up, but I found these right here. Taylor Swift pops, guys. Funko has never made Taylor Swift pops, so these are obviously fake ones. You can see they're missing the window, like it looks a little strange. We'll talk about it here more in a second, but I figured I'd show that off. It was kind of weird. Okay, I wanted to hop in here real quick, guys, and tell you a little bit about those like fake Taylor Swift pops. Obviously, Funko has not made any Taylor Swift pops in any form, so those were 100% not genuine. But funny enough, a couple days later, guys, when I was on Facebook Marketplace, somebody was actually selling those exact same pops, like they bought them from that thrift store, and they were trying to resell them on Marketplace. Mind you, it was like there were so many weird things about these pops. They didn't even have windows. They weren't even the normal size. They were probably like, maybe like, I don't even know, like 2/3 of the size of a normal pop box. So it was just funny, guys, that I saw those exact same pops somebody, you know, had bought and then listed again. But anyways, that thrift store, you know, obviously they don't know what's real. They don't know what's fake. They just get donations. And so I don't blame them for selling those. And they were probably, I think, like $10 to $15 each. So good on them for selling them. I just thought it was pretty darn hilarious that somebody had bought them and is trying to resell them. I don't know. I just thought that was pretty comical. Anyways, let's go out to some other stores. So I decided to go to the Layton Hills Mall, go into Entertain Mart to see if I could find anything cool. I actually found a couple of interesting items, guys, right here. I did find Agent K right here from Men in Black, and actually this sells pretty well bundled with Agent J, so we'll see if they have an Agent J, guys, and I might pick that up. We have Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed, and I believe that this game wasn't quite as popular as the other Assassin's Creed games, so the pops kind of are similar, even though they are a little bit older. Doc Brown, so this is a somewhat newer, you know, Back to the Future line, but some of these pops actually have value. This one's not bad. They have it goes for about $20. I decided to pass on it though. Alfred Hitchcock, I know at least at one point was like a $25 pop, but it's gone down to maybe around 12. Decided to pass on that, but look at, guys, they did have Agent J. I'm gonna wait because I think there's a sale coming up for Black Friday and I would be able to get these guys for cheaper. So I think I'm gonna wait and pick up those guys later. Maybe that will be a mistake, I don't know. But another Assassin's Creed pop, guys. You can see that they actually have a couple of other things that we can take a look at here. This Miles Morales chase, I always love finding chases out in the wild, even if it's like, you know, a trade-in or whatever, but decided to pass on that. Wasn't really worth picking up. And James Bond, some of these actually have some pretty good value, the Daniel Craig James Bond pops, but this one I probably only would have made $5, so I passed on it. And this one's not a bad one either, guys. This goes for maybe around like 30 to 35, but unfortunately, maybe I'll wait for the sale. I'm not sure. I just don't feel like it's worth really picking up. And speaking of another pop that's not really worth picking up, this Black Panther. This used to go for a solid like $30, but it has gone down in price for sure. All right, I'm here at Entertain Mart, guys. I'm here to see if I can find some things to add to my inventory to add more money back into my funds, or if they have something that I can check off my list for a good deal too. That would be great. I don't know what we're going to find, but let's go see. So at the front of the store, they have most of their new pops, I would say. Some are usually mixed around the store. I found this Ash, which actually I sold in the first or second episode of this series, but they wanted 15 on it. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of regret not picking that one up because I know that I could sell that for $30, but they had some other Ash related pops. So maybe I'll have to come back for the sale and pick that one up. But they had another one, guys, for the 40th anniversary. But this is where it gets interesting. I found a cool Green Lantern pop right here, guys, from 2013. Goes for around 30 to 40 bucks. And the condition was great for being like a 10-year-old, 11-year-old pop. So I'm going to get it. 1608 after tax. I figured I could do pretty well on that one. This one I thought went for a little more than what they were asking, but it's only like a $10 pop. I think that used to go for like 30, 35 bucks if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. I don't know. But yeah, that top Green Lantern I think is a pretty solid find for sure. This is over in their more valuable case, guys. Wasn't really seeing anything different. I mean, they had some more valuable Ash pops right here. Unfortunately, they just weren't priced at a point that I wanted to pick them up to add more funds back into my inventory. But you can get a good look at some of the more valuable pops that they had. And guys, they have so many Funko Pops. It's insane. There's so much to look through, guys, and every week they have something new. So that's why I always come back. This Merle Dixon, guys, the box is pretty beat up. I think I showed this off in the first episode, but at $12.99, that's still not a terrible deal, honestly. And then they had some other pops mixed in here and there, guys. This would be a great pickup, but the box, like I said, isn't the best. For $14.99 though, this is like a $30, $35 pop. And also Modern Family Pops, some have some value. Mitch, unfortunately, does not for some reason, but I found some more like stuff over here. Mace Windu. This used to be, I think, like a $35, $40 pop, but it's gone down in price because they've restocked it a lot, and that special edition sticker is kind of, you know, apparent to that. But anyways, guys, I wanted to show this one off because Toys R Us hasn't been around for a little bit now, but there were some Toys R Us exclusive pops back in the day. Some do have value. This one, unfortunately, does not, but RIP to Toys R Us. And then over in this section, guys, right here, I decided to look around to see if I could find anything cool, and I found this Maleficent pop. This is a restock, unfortunately. If it was the original one, definitely would be worth picking up. But you can see on the back right here, guys, some original Disney pops. Maybe someday we'll have to see if we can find those at some other store. I'm not entirely sure, but this is their out-of-box pop section. Figured I would show this off to you guys. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but I figured I'd show this off to just kind of show you the variety of stuff that they had. They had another White Lantern pop right here, which I thought was interesting out of box. I don't know if it's the same as the inbox one. This Eggo pop's really fun. If you guys ever come across this, it's actually scented. Smells like maple syrup, but that was pretty much it at the Sega Entertainment.
The next day.
Alrighty, folks, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Facebook Marketplace deal. I found a pop that was a pretty solid one for a pretty good price. It's nothing like super spectacular, but I would say the best case scenario, guys, is probably make like $20. Worst case scenario, probably make like 10 for the collection budget. So we'll see. I'll see if I get any footage picking it up as well, but let's go get it.
Toys. My daughter didn't, but yeah, so this is it. She was kind of weird. She just never took them out of the boxes. I think everybody does that, right?
Yeah, it just depends. Like, people like to take them out of box, leave them in box.
Yeah,
so
she left a bunch of them here when she moved to Michigan. And these were the ones that she didn't want, and they were all the Scott Pilgrim ones. And
the Scott Pilgrim ones are cool.
A whole bunch of them sold.
Yeah.
And I love Scott Pilgrim, so I was tempted to keep them, but I was like, we're moving.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Anyway.
All right, as far as the stuff that I bought to add to my inventory, guys, to get some more funds, I spent about, I think, $31 on both of these. Mega Scott was definitely a solid find for sure. I think I could probably get between like 30 to 35. Let's say 35. And then the Green Lantern, this is one of the original ones, guys. This came out in 2013. This one's kind of a little bit all over the place, but I think for $15, I can at least double up, maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to say 35 on this one as well. So if I can add about $40 more back into my funds, that would be awesome. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Complete My Collection series. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed all the different stores that I went to, or if you would have picked up anything that I came across. I'm very excited for a couple of pops that are coming in the mail, guys, so be sure to stay tuned for future episodes of the series so you can see what I got. Also, be sure to subscribe as well so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.